And then I met Leonie, and immediately I had a crush. So, after the camel safari, I was really beginning to settle into the experience. I mean, everything was becoming so playful. I mean, it really helps that Jaisalmer is like literally this ancient trading post in the middle of the desert that rises out of the sand like a giant mythical sand castle. For real. I mean, except for the cars, it literally feels like you are going back in time. And then, a few weeks later, I arrive at the Taj Mahal. Without Mark, by the way, which felt very strange, because for like 6 months, we had been with each other every waking moment, and he was becoming my traveling brother, my comrade. But back at the sandcastle town, we were battling a very dense crowd trying to get on the bus. And once we got on the bus, suddenly he realized his passport and credit card were gone right out from his pocket. So he had to stay in Jaisalmer for a number of weeks and wait for his family to send him a new passport and credit card, which it was awesome that they did, but I was like, look bro, I understand that you gotta wait for a number of weeks for your card to come in, but I've got this burning fire within me that says, you gotta go, and you gotta go now to the Taj Mahal. So that's what I did. Look, this shirt that I'm wearing in this picture, before I left traveling, some friends of mine that own a military surplus store, they gave me this shirt and said, here, send us a postcard of somewhere exotic. So I carried this shirt for months in my backpack until I found the most exotic place I could find, pretty much, the Taj Mahal. Look here in New Delhi, I'm trying to visit the famous Jama Mosque, but apparently they've got a very strict rule about absolutely no cameras allowed. And so they wouldn't even let me in with it, even if I promised not to use it. They wanted me to leave it with this kid there at the gate who looked like he could run pretty fast. So I was not about to do that. So I said, all right, fine. I will explore this goat market right here on the street. Eventually, I met back up with Mark in, I think, New Delhi somewhere, and we headed north to Rishikesh. And very soon, the landscape begins to change from very desert to the lush foothills of the Himalayas. And likewise, the feeling of the place changes. It's still crowded, but it was way more laid back. This is the home of yoga. Yes. Look, I was walking across the bridge, the main bridge in Rishikesh, and suddenly I recognized a girl that I had spent time with in Vienna, Austria, 2 years prior to this, and completely randomly saw her again this day on this bridge. I wonder what the odds of that happening are. And Austria is in Europe, a different continent, okay? And look at this picture of the mighty Shiva overlooking the Ganges River. Do you remember Shiva? I do. From the Banglasi video? Yes. I will never forget Shiva. And although the Bang experience marked my first experience with Shiva, it would in no way be my last. And then I met Leonie, and immediately I had a crush. We spent some lovely days exploring the now abandoned ashram that the Beatles stayed at some period in the 60s. And then one day, we got real brave and decided that if we're going to experience bathing in the most holy river on earth, the mighty Ganges, that it's probably best if we do it way up here in the Himalayan foothills while the water is still relatively clear before, instead of 1,000 miles downstream in Varanasi, because this is a holy river, a funeral river. They very literally put dead bodies in this river. Look, I was giving her a hard time because she had the most insane looking water heater I'd ever seen. It's a water heater, and you plug one end into the wall and you stick the exposed end into water. That seemed absolutely insane to me at the time. But of course, the time came when our paths had to separate. So we made a deal. We said, all right, we will continue on our separate paths traveling, and then in 6 weeks' time, we will meet together in Varanasi and head into Nepal together.
Stay alive, no matter what occurs. I will find you, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far.